Hi, my name's Christine and this is the Wedding Wednesday Report. Today we are kicking off a brand new series here on the Wedding Wednesday Report. We're going to look at some of the careers that you can have in the industry. This is something I actually get asked about a lot. What does a wedding planner do? What does an event designer do? So over the coming weeks, I'm going to take a look at these roles so that you can have a think about which one could be suitable for you. This week we are starting with wedding planner. Now, it might seem a little bit strange, but I often am asked, what does a wedding planner do? And by people who want to work in the industry. I think one of the reasons that it's a little bit confusing what a wedding planner does is that they do so many things. If you've ever planned your own wedding, helped someone do it, or you do work as a wedding planner, you will know that there is almost an endless list of things that you could be involved in doing. But to sum it up in a really basic way, wedding planning involves the planning of the wedding and the logistics of the wedding. Wedding planning is actually what brings me to this seat and in front of this camera today. Years ago, I was working as a corporate event planner, mainly for not-for-profit organisations, doing meetings and conferences and retreats. Over a weekend, when I was not well, I discovered wedding planning. I was in bed for about 48 hours and all I had to keep me company was pay TV and back-to-back episodes of a show called Bridezillas. During that weekend, I went from cringing at the thought that anyone would see me watching this embarrassing show to having a little fire lit within me, and I discovered a passion for wedding planning and all of the creativity that goes into bringing a wedding to life. Over that weekend, I realised that wedding planning was not a lot different to event planning, but like I said, I could see that it was a much more creative vehicle and one that I felt drawn to. I still would describe wedding planning in much the way that I would describe event planning. When you're a planner, you are really an executive or personal assistant. I really like to think of an event or wedding as a project. So when you're the wedding planner, you're the project manager. You oversee everything that's going to happen within that wedding. There will be other people working with you, like your vendors, such as florists and photographers, but you really are the person in control of what they bring to the wedding. You're in control of all of the planning and the logistics. And it depends on what the couple wants you to do, to what level, but anything that happens from the point that they engage you to when the lights are turned out at the end of that wedding could fall under your level of responsibility. So, does wedding planning sound like a big job? You bet it is. The average wedding can take up to 250 hours to plan. And as a wedding planner, you can take on the role of everything from best friend and bridesmaid to mother of the bride, mediator and counsellor and chief stain remover. You will work long hours. You'll have to work weekends. You will see your clients out of hours. They might contact you in the middle of the night when the bride's dress has arrived and it's 3 sizes too small. You might need to calm down vendors who have arrived at the venue and don't understand where they need to be because they didn't read the run sheet that you prepared for them. There's so many things that you need to do as a wedding planner. But if you like being challenged, if you're drawn to organisation, to-do lists and checklists, this could be the right job for you. If you are thinking of wedding planning as a career, I suggest that you think about whether you have these characteristics or whether you're willing to develop them. You need to be a good communicator. You should be resourceful and you should have the ability to think creatively, on your feet and on the run. These are important characteristics of any wedding planner. You also need to be comfortable managing budgets, negotiating contracts with vendors, and speaking up when you see something that's not going right. And that might sometimes be addressing your client's parents, or vendors. This is not a job for wallflowers. Defining what a wedding planner does is not easy. Hopefully today I've given you some idea of what the role is like and who is suitable for it. I want to address one final thing though. A lot of times I'm asked about the glamorous job of wedding planner. Is wedding planning glamorous? Look, it definitely can be. You are involved with people during one of the most special moments of their lives and surrounded by vendors doing creative and beautiful things. That is glamorous. But at the end of a long day and months of planning, the only thing I'm dreaming of is taking my shoes off. I am definitely not feeling like Jennifer Lopez in The Wedding Planner, and I'm not stealing anybody's groom. I hope that I have given you a sense today about what a wedding planner does do and what it takes to be a good wedding planner. If you've got any questions about working as a wedding planner, I would love to hear from you. You can leave some comments for us, and do make sure that you subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss an episode of the Wedding Wednesday report. I look forward to catching you again next week. Have a wonderful week in weddings and events. But do I love being a wedding planner? I do. It is such a good job. No, that's terrible. It's a good job, yeah. Yeah. And I'm not stealing anybody's groom.
So it is Matthew.
Yeah. Even if it's Matthew. No, actually it doesn't even, he doesn't, no, not interested. I think keep your clothes on, Matthew. That's my advice to you now. Keep them on, Matthew.